What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is May the 30th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, I did want to postpone doing this video up until GDP numbers were going to come out. They just did. And they weren't necessarily the best numbers, but then again, based on how the market is reacting, it seems that the futures are getting a little bit better from what they previously were. So maybe this is one of those inverse kind of scenarios that we wanted negative data, and so that might allude to maybe rate cuts or something along those lines. So we'll just have to wait and see, but nonetheless, GDP numbers coming out, not necessarily the best. You do see fear and greed index dropping quite a lot, so it was at around 52 yesterday, now it is at 46. So people's appetite for risk is diminishing, and you can kind of tell that just based on the overall volume that's been getting into the market over the last day or so has been very, very low. But without further ado, let's get right to it. Sofi is down slightly, nothing really crazy, no news, no SEC filing, so it is just piggybacking off the broader market. With negative GDP, you might see shorts jump all over Sofi once again, as they were yesterday. So I think they increased about like 3.5 million shares out of no reason, nothing like that. So shorts are starting to re-enter back into Sofi, so something to keep in mind. Aside from that though, with it right now at 687, so it is up slightly. Like I said, kind of the market's maybe reacting to GDP in a positive way, but it is currently trading between this S1 and the pivot. So watch for 699 to be that next strong resistance slash target, and then vice versa, $6.79 to be that next strong support. Based on yesterday, this wasn't strong support, rather the S2, so just anticipate a lot of volatility. Moving on, so PATH, or ticker is PATH, so that's UIPATH, and it is down 30.38% because of their recent earnings yesterday, as well as their abrupt change in CEO. So the CEO did take a step down, founder came back in, results not necessarily the best, and you get a recipe for disaster. It's not heavily shorted, so only 3.98% of the free float's being shorted. With it right now at $12.86, it is between this S2 and this S1, so very wide gaps, so just anticipate this to be the strong support. So 11.17, I don't anticipate really that being touched today though, but 14.84 is going to be that next strong resistance slash target. So kind of stay tuned for that. Smart for life. So this has been on my pre-market a couple times in the past, largely due to the volume. It is up 69.57%, but honestly, every single time this stock is on my channel, like for the pre-market, there's been no news, nothing like that to justify that. So last PR came out on the 28th, SEC filing, last one that came out was on the 28th. No actual news, rumors along those lines. So honestly, the only reason why I can think that this is up as much as it is because of the short interest. So keep in mind, this is estimated, but it does show 109.91% of the free floats being shorted, and that works out to be 89.67 thousand shares. So the market absolutely loves these very high or heavily shorted stocks with a low float. So this kind of meets the criteria for that. So that's the only reason why I think it is up, and it has been up in the past. So this is a very, very interesting stock. With it at $6.72, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So 487 going to be the next strong support, and then 723 will be that next strong resistance slash target. And also on a side note, whenever companies do reverse stock splits, this is where sometimes you do get a squeeze. This company did a recent, or did a reverse stock split April the 22nd, and it was a 1-for-7, so nothing really crazy like last week or today, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Aside from that, ticker's MAXN, it is down 60.13% due to their recent earnings. This is what they do, so you can always pause it and read through it. It is somewhat heavily shorted, so 42.48% of the free float is being shorted. So especially with negative earnings, anticipate shorts to be all over this today once again, but with it at $1.33, it is trading between this S2 and this S1, so definitely watch for this $1.30 support to hold. and then vice versa, $1.71 for that to kind of be the next recovery point too. So let me know your thoughts on this, if it floats your boat or not. And then finally, this is getting more of a rollover positive momentum from the previous day, which it did have some pretty kick-ass news. So it was up 69.23% yesterday, up so far 6.65%. So no official recent news as of today. So again, just piggybacking off of that, it's somewhat heavily shorted, so 27.29% of the free float is being shorted. And interestingly enough, shorts did increase their position yesterday. So yeah, that's always interesting to see. Shorts double down despite positive news. And right now with it at $9.68, it is trading between this R2 and this R3. And in fact, it's actually on this R3. So watch for that to be the next strong target / resistance for it to get above, and then vice versa, 803 to be that next strong support, which in my opinion, unless the market does react accordingly to the GDP numbers, it might get pulled down to that, but likelihood it's just going to flirt with this R3 throughout the rest of the day. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there anything else that is floating your boat that you might be buying or that you're watching? Let me know in the comments below. One final thing I just wanted to share with you is this. So take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 7 fractional shares of the MAG7. So a pretty kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.